Zoomed in on Dan's face like 10 times.
All right, guys, we're gonna get into another super simple, but high percentage, okay? And it's just a little outside step, okay? But the dynamics of it are what's gonna get you your score, okay? So, again, I have my underhook, okay? Now from here, from this one, I can step and catch, all right? I don't have to go double from doubles here. I can go from a body lock here, but honestly, who's been in that position, in a body lock position, in a high school match? Anybody? No, right? No, so we're not going to go there. So a good thing here off of this one, right, is taking like a shrug, right? I can shrug to this catch here, right? And then I'm just going to take him back the same way, the same throw that I showed earlier is what I'm going to, okay? But when you guys aren't going to lift like I did, all right? We're going to create a little fulcrum point, and you know what I'm saying? You're going to use your hips. But notice, my foot's planted here, right? And this is something that goes back from my style, too. I have to keep my feet planted when my leg moves up against his body. You know what I mean? Because I can't use my lower half at all. So, I have a lot of play there, though, before my foot comes off the mat, right? So, that right there, notice how I'm pushing my hips in, and I'm creating this wall here to take him over, okay? And now this is just as important because you can go inside trip step here from like under overs and stuff like that. And when you go inside step trip, you have to get your hips square and you have to get them forward, right? Forward to make him fall. This is the exact same thing. When I come here, boom, getting that there is exactly the same thing. If I don't get my hips in and over bending this knee in that seat that we talked about with my hips, I'm not going to get this. But I'm not saying you can't get lift without doing that. Without lifting here, you know what I'm saying? I can definitely get lift. Now, who here lifts at Motus Mike's? All you guys, right? Who else? Anybody else do any powerlifting or anything like that? Like, no? CrossFit and stuff? Yeah? Okay. So you got a few guys in the room at least that you can get to and talk with and understand what I'm talking about. And it's called a hip catapult, right? You use it in like your snatch, your cleans, all that stuff, right? Your hip catapult, right? So now, if I'm down here and I'm taking him here, can I hip catapult from here? Do I have room to get my hips forward?
Never heard of a hip catapult.
Never heard of a catapult? No? Okay. All right, so you know when you go like clean, right? So say I'm in a hang clean, and I go here and I'm up on my toes. This thrust that I do with my hips as you go through, that's your catapult. That's your hip catapult. That's really what sends the weight up, right? Okay, so that's what that is now. You good? All right, cool. So, if I'm here, right, like I talked about being in my seat, and I've got good pressure here, like there's a board running up on this side of my head, and then the inside of my leg, and I'm trying to bend it and break it, right? So if I'm here, I got room to move my hips, right? Yeah? Voices? Yeah. Yes? Okay, cool. So if I'm here, and I pop, boom, we're still going down, okay? Now, the recovery from there will be a little bit hairier, but you guys will be all right. So, again, we're going to go underhook here. I'm going to pull, right? When Coach Danny goes to circle away, I'm going to shrug, catch his belly here. Shrug, catch his belly. Notice my outside step, right? I shrug, step, hips are nice and tight, catch above his hip here. It's very important to get right above his hip here because this second hand is going to come in lock. Now, you can feel that, right, Danny?
Yeah, it's in there.
It's in there, right? Now, I have a lip, right? Because that's the soft spot of his body. I have a lip to pull down on, right? So if I wanted to, I could go both knees down to the ground and just sag forward here. Right there. And that doesn't, Coach Danny doesn't want it to feel that, you know what I'm saying? Because that sucks right there, pulling down on somebody like that. So that's pain compliance, all right? So I'm going to step, shrug, catch across the belly, right above his hip bone here where it's soft. When you guys go back, before you start going, dig in there and feel that soft spot, that aim point. Get your aim point, right? So I shrug, I catch across the belly. I'm here, I go lock, okay? Now, I mean, guys, Coach Danny talked about coming out front for your redrop here. This works from back here too. Forward, same thing, reverse, right? So I'm here, boom, I step in, I'm going to sit and load my hips as I'm driving with my head. Pop! Right there. It doesn't look super fancy, but when he goes fast, it looks pretty sweet. Boom, right there. Get a little bit more height when you're going full speed, a little bit more momentum, nice pop. So like I said, I shrug, I step, I pull down on his hips as I'm driving, pop. Look to where I'm going. Any questions real quick?